There are some ghost towns that have been abandoned for decades or even centuries. The buildings may be crumbling and the streets overgrown with weeds, but there's still something haunting about these empty places. Like the shadows of the people who once lived there linger around every corner. Hey there, everyone. Today we're going to be exploring 10 of the most haunting ghost towns that seem frozen in time. So stick around and let's get started. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you like this video and subscribe for more amazing content. Number 10. Bodie, California. If you travel to the small town of Bodie, California today, it will feel like you've just stepped back in time. That's because this former mining town was abandoned almost 100 years ago, and it has been preserved by the state as a historic site ever since. The town was founded in 1876 during the California Gold Rush, and it quickly grew into a bustling community of around 10,000 people. But the good times didn't last forever. As the gold began to run out, so did the town's population. By the 1930s, only a handful of people remained, and today it is one of the most popular tourist destinations in California. Visitors can explore the eerily silent streets and buildings and imagine what life was like during the town's heyday. It's truly a unique experience that will make you feel like you've just stepped back in time. Be sure to check it out on your next trip to California. You won't regret it. Number 9. Pripyat, Ukraine. The abandoned town of Pripyat. Ukraine is one of the most haunting places on Earth. It is the site of the world's worst nuclear disaster, which occurred at the nearby Chernobyl power plant in 1986. The town was evacuated immediately after the disaster and has never been inhabited again. Today, Pripyat is a ghost town frozen in time. The streets are empty, the shops are closed, and the playgrounds are abandoned. It is eerie to walk through the town and imagine the lives that once existed here. The disaster at Chernobyl was one of the worst environmental disasters in history, and the town of Pripyat is a reminder of the human cost of nuclear energy. Number 8. Centralia, Pennsylvania. Centralia, Pennsylvania is a town that has been abandoned due to a massive underground coal mine fire that has been burning beneath it for over 50 years. The town was once home to a thriving community of miners and their families, but they were forced to flee when the fire made it too dangerous to live there. Today, Centralia is a ghost town, with boarded-up houses and streets covered in debris. The fire continues to burn beneath the town, and it is one of the most haunting places in America. The most famous resident of Centralia is undoubtedly John Custis, who refused to leave his home despite the danger. He became known as the last man standing when he turned off the electricity in his house and lived off the grid while everyone else had left. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2020, leaving no one behind in the town. Number 7. Kolmanskop, Namibia. Located in the country of Namibia in southern Africa, Kolmanskop was once a bustling mining town full of life, laughter, and promise. It was established in 1908 and was named after a German explorer, Dr. Gustav Kollmann. The town quickly became a hub for diamond miners and their families, who flocked to the area in hopes of striking it rich. For a time, Kolmanskop was one of the most prosperous towns in the region, boasting fine German architecture, wide streets, and all the amenities that its residents desired. But the good times didn't last forever. In 1954, the diamond mines dried up, and the town was abandoned. Today, Kolmanskop is nothing but a ghost town. The buildings are in ruins, and the streets are filled with trash. Despite its sad state of affairs, Kolmanskop remains an iconic landmark in Namibia and a reminder of the country's colonial past. If you ever find yourself in Namibia, be sure to visit this haunting little town. You won't regret it. Number 6. Jerome, Arizona. Jerome is a town that seems stuck in the past. Founded in 1876, it was once a booming mining town full of life and excitement. People came from all over to try their luck at finding gold or copper in its hills. During its heyday, Jerome was a wild and woolly place with saloons, gambling halls, and plenty of opportunity for those who were willing to work hard and take risks. But as the mines began to dry up in the early 20th century, people started to leave Jerome and it became the ghost town we know today. Nowadays, visitors can explore its abandoned homes and businesses, many of which are in surprisingly good condition given that they were left behind over 100 years ago. Walking through Jerome, you can't help but feel like you've traveled back in time to the Wild West. And it's definitely worth a visit if you're ever in the area. Number 5. Rhyolite, Nevada. Rhyolite, Nevada is a ghost town that was once a bustling mining community during the Great Depression. Founded in 1905, it was one of the largest settlements in the Mojave Desert, with thousands of people calling it home. At its peak, the town boasted schools, churches, and even a golf course. However, when the nearby gold and silver mines dried up, Rhyolite was abandoned, and today it stands as a haunting reminder of the boom and bust nature of mining towns. Visitors can explore the ruins of the town's buildings, including the schoolhouse and the train depot, and get a sense of what life was like for the people who lived there. The most famous structure in Rhyolite is the Bottle House, which was built in 1905 and is covered in thousands of bottles. This unique structure is all that remains of the town's founder, who died in a mysterious fire. Rhyolite is located just a few miles from Area 51, the top secret military base. Some believe that the government may have used the town as a front for their shady activities. Whether this is true or not, it makes for an interesting story and adds to the mystery surrounding Rhyolite. Number 4. San Francisco, California. Just a few miles outside of San Francisco is the abandoned town of Pioneer, California. Pioneer was once a thriving mining town, but today it's a ghost town frozen in time. The streets are empty, and the buildings are dilapidated. But there's still a sense of community here. The Pioneer Cemetery is still well maintained, and the Pioneer Schoolhouse is filled with antiques from the town's former residents. It's amazing to think that just a few decades ago, this was a bustling town with people going about their daily lives. Now it's just a shadow of its former self. Still, there's something about this place that's haunting and beautiful at the same time. If you ever get the chance to visit, go during the day so you can see the cemetery and the schoolhouse. It's truly a unique experience. Number 3, Krakow, Italy. Krakow is a small village in southern Italy that has been abandoned for several decades. Once home to around 2,000 people, today it is a ghost town frozen in time. The village is located high up in the mountains, and this isolation, coupled with the lack of economic opportunities, led to its decline and eventual abandonment. Today, visitors can explore the empty streets and buildings of Krakow and marvel at its stunning natural beauty. Krakow is also a popular location for filmmakers, and it has been used as a backdrop for several movies and television shows. Its eerie silence and haunting atmosphere make it the perfect setting for a ghost story or horror film. Number 2, Orado City, Colorado. Orado City is a ghost town located in the heart of the Rocky Mountains. The town was founded in 1879 and was named after the nearby Mount Orado. During its heyday, the city was a popular destination for miners and their families, as well as tourists looking to escape the heat of the plains. The city boasted a variety of businesses, including hotels, restaurants, and shops, as well as schools and churches. However, as the mineral resources in the area began to dwindle, so did the population of Orado City. By the early 1900s, the town had become a ghost town. Today, visitors can explore the ruins of Orado City and learn about its fascinating history. The Orado City Ghost Town Museum features exhibits on the history of the town and the surrounding area. The museum is also home to a collection of artifacts, including old photographs, documents, and mining equipment. Number 1, St. Valentine's Day Massacre Site, Chicago, Illinois. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre Site is a place where time seems to stand still. On February 14, 1929, 7 members of the North Side Gang were lined up and shot to death by members of the rival South Side Gang. The massacre was a pivotal moment in the gang war that had been raging between the two groups for control of Chicago's underworld. Today, visitors can tour the site of the massacre and learn about this infamous event in Chicago history. The site is marked by a plaque and a monument to the victims of the massacre. There is also a small museum that tells the story of the event and the aftermath. The museum features artifacts from the time period, as well as photographs and documents relating to the massacre. It's a somber but important reminder of the violence that has sometimes marred Chicago's history. Thanks for watching. See you next time.